You are lending capital, think of it as cash, but it's Solana, in exchange for someone putting up an NFT as collateral, but the loan amount is less than the NFT is worth. If the NFT goes up in price, the borrower has his feet to the flames because he's incentivized to pay it off because he wants that NFT back. If the NFT goes down, then the lender is, at risk. I'm interrupting my stuff that might be able to get cut for clips. That's my bad. If the NFT goes down, then the borrower's at risk because then the lender's at risk because the borrower.
Watch this short, okay?
Okay. I have a loan out on a Mad Lad. This is my first time doing the Mad Lad loan thing where I provide liquidity. Someone gives me the Mad Lad for collateral. I'm just going to be really interested to see how this plays out because it looks like it's in good shape. Basically, as long as the Mad Lad's floor doesn't crash, I'll either just make the interest of SOL or I'll get the Mad Lad if they default, but for like 20 SOL less than the floor.
What platform did you use for that?
Sharky.fi.
Look at Pio making some big moves here. How far Pio has come since 2021? How far?
It's gone from buying Bitcoin to providing leveraged loans on underlying illiquid crypto assets, and I could not be any more proud of him. I've talked to Pio about this. I love providing a loan on a Mad Lad here. Dude's gonna make like $250 in a week on an asset that is from one of the strongest teams in Solana, or he gets a Mad Lad at a fraction of the current floor price.
Couple things here. So first of all, I'm seeing commenters like, get excited about this. First of all, you, Nick. That's right off the top because Nick's like over here trying to act like I've come a long way or something. So just F off, number one.
You used to not mess with any DeFi or anything else like that. You were primarily focused on Bitcoin. I feel like it is a growth transition of Pio making these moves. His NFT trade has been maybe one of the biggest winners of the panelists on this show. So I'm just saying that wasn't your character before. I'm just saying that wasn't what you were doing. So now you're making some of these experimental moves panning out. And so you're getting involved with that. So you back. Okay.
Let's compliment each other.
And, yeah.
Finish with an F. No, thank you, Nick. No, seriously, thank you. Well, last NFT cycle, I gambled on NFTs, like actual gambling, right? Which I'm seeing Clemente literally do right now. So I'm watching Clemente just do that.
Chill out, Big Chief. Keep going.
So I don't do that anymore. And the only investment I wanted to make that I didn't make that would have worked out is Blur, like I talked about. And I want to talk to Easy about what he thinks about the price action and stuff. It's very hard for me to understand price action on these random tokens. I knew I wanted to get into Blur. I just didn't have the liquidity to do it. What I was going to say, though, is about Nick, you and me did DeFi last cycle. DeFi last cycle sucked. You just bridge your money there and you lose money every time. There was the one instance where Nick bridged his money, but he didn't turn it into the DeFi stuff. Like he got distracted by something and didn't do it. And then came back months later and he's like, oh, I never even did it. I did it. So all Nick lost was the fee to bridge. He didn't actually lose the extra value. I lost the extra
kingdoms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So DeFi kingdoms, and then the other one was Ohm protocol.
Oh God, we both.
I think I lost 80% of my money on that trade, dude.
Those things are so dumb. It's not that I don't believe in quote DeFi. I don't believe in bullshit Ponzi schemes.
22,000% APY, dude. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't believe in bullshit Ponzi schemes, but actual DeFi, especially with Bitcoin, is actually going to be a very, very big thing in the future without question. Think about it. Let's say in like 9 years, my Bitcoin's worth like call it $2 million, and I want to take out a loan for some property. I want to take out a down payment of $150,000 loan with the Bitcoin. Well, the LTV on that's actually going to be relatively compelling. And if Bitcoin's price is also stabilized, you're going to want to leverage your crypto assets, your really strong crypto assets like a Bitcoin, or maybe a CryptoPunk, like a really high-end NFT, maybe a Fidenza, something like that, whatever ends up becoming the sort of standard in its category. And you're going to want to leverage those for loans for investments or purchases like a property or something like that. So I totally believe in that kind of DeFi. The reason I'm doing the Mad Lad NFT loan DeFi is because I think the lenders are in a way stronger position than the borrowers any way you spin it. And I am a Mad Lad holder, and I believe that Mad Lads will continue to go up this cycle or at least retain Solana value as Solana increases in value. So the worst case scenario here is I end up getting a Mad Lad, and I'm fine with that. Could it be a default where the Mad Lad floor pulls back and it would have been better for me to just buy the Mad Lad than do the loan? Yes, that's the kind of risk that you run. But if I have a belief that Mad Lads are going to go up anyway, then why not do it with Mad Lads? What I'll say is
30 SOL under the floor right now. If they default on that, you get $3,000. You floor into a bid, you're looking at $2,500. If they don't default, you get $250.
I got my hand on the throat of the borrower with this setup. It's really aggressive. You know what I mean? It really is. It's like aggressive. You know what's even better is I don't do this with Bodogos, obviously, as a founder of the project.
How much do you put in for that?
my loan's at 144 Sol.
Wow.
Yeah, but a Mad Lad costs 164 Sol.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? The risk would be if Mad Lad's pulled back to like 135, the dude just lets it. Here you go. Tommy de Andrade over here saying it. I don't know if he's Brazilian or Italian. I went with the Brazilian pronunciation. But anyway, what I was going to say is Bodogos, actually. Ellie, that's a good comment. Bodogos is appealing for loans, but I'm not going to do predatory loans with our project. I'm not going to shaft people that own Bodogos.
Maybe
Do you know
our
what I mean?
company should. Actually, that's a great way for us to actually put some of that sold that we have back into this, lend it to people, and then we'll just build up our portfolio. What's the liquidation price on these?
I think right now loans are at 4 on dogs and the floor is 5.2, something like that.
So what happens if the person doesn't repay? What do you get?
You get the dog.
Okay.
4. So you get the dog for a soul less than what it is.
Oh, this is quite a situation because this can actually push the floor price down of the actual project.
Very quickly.
I mean, this is how this stuff works, right? These are all the mechanics that go into making the market for an NFT. Somebody asked real quick, what if the borrower goes bankrupt? Then you get the collateral, the NFT. And if you like the NFT, as in a Mad Lad, then you're not going to be that mad about it. If you end up taking a ton of risk and you just end up with an assload of Mad Lads that are underwater, like as in you would have been better off just buying them off the floor because the loans are 7 days. So think about it. If in that 7-day period, the floor crashes, that's where you get screwed. But I just did it with one. I'll probably re-up. We're going to have to see if the guy defaults. I actually, at this point, would prefer the person to default because if they default, then I get like 20 Solana, which is crazy. And I will sell the Mad Lad for the Solana and still build it up. Although I do want to acquire another Mad Lad. So maybe this is how I end up doing it. It's an interesting way to get into an NFT ecosystem for sure if you have the liquidity. The only time a borrower had a better setup than a lender was when rates were at 0 during the COVID era and you got a mortgage for 2.5%.
What is the interest rate that you're getting in return?
I lend Solana and the collateral that the borrower provides is a Mad Lad.
It's like a 220% APY.
It's 180% APY for Mad Lads. It's 220% for Bodogos, which is why Bodogos, it's compelling, but I'm not going to do that again because I'm not going to do that with our project.
Your boys getting involved, okay? I'm about to move. Your boy's turning into a loan shark on Sharky.fi. That's what's happening.
Well, the other thing is Sharky.fi has points and a token dropping in the future. So it's like on top of it, there's all this farming opportunity for it.
Are you lending right now, Easy?
I have a Mad Lad loan out. I think I have 2 Clayno loans out. I've been lending for a while.
Clayno is the other one I was looking at that I'm very interested in because, again, if I end up with another Claynosaur, that's fine with me. Like
And the
that,
floor
so
price is up from where I lend to. So my loans are actually like even lower. One
What's
person
the-
already paid it back. What'd you say?
7 days.
There's 7 and 14. So just lean for the 7-day. And what you want to do is provide the loan at the top. So you want to provide more collateral to try to get your loan taken sooner than later.
So I'm a Claynosaur holder, right? And I'm like, hey, I want to take out this Solana to use it on X, Y, and Z. I take out and I get,
Which is a good idea, by the way, Clemente. You definitely need to take out a loan against one of your volatile ass NFT assets. I think that's a good idea.
Hey, I'm trying to explain it for some of these listeners, some of the people that have been asking questions. So I own a Claynosaur. It's at 35 Sol. I get basically 30 Sol in exchange. In return, I provide collateral and a whatever percentage interest rate that is. I pay off the loan either before or by those 7 days. And if I don't, goodbye Claynosaur. And I get to keep whatever I got in return for it.
Right. But think about it like this. The loan that you took out against the Claynosaur, the loan is less than what the Claynosaur was worth. It's not 100%. Mad Lad's floor is 164. My loan's at 144.13. Do you know what I mean? So
It's a way better idea to be the lender.
that's,
Well, this
that's the
seems
way
like
I'm thinking about it.
This seems
Yes
like a
and
better
no,
thing.
to be honest. Like if you take out a loan and Sol pumps 20% over 3 days, now you're up. You repay back the loan.
But your
There's-
loan is denominated in Sol.
or you let it default and buy back because when Sol pumps, NFTs typically pull back. There's ways to navigate it.
People are pointing out there's risk on both sides. Of course.
I was just going to say on that, people talking about risk. No, there isn't. This is just a free way to make money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of my Solana in here. A lot of people talk about staking Solana so they can make 7%. Those people are little bitches. What I do is I take all my money, I move it over into the DeFi hot wallet that I got set up, okay? I move that over. Sometimes I trade meme coins with it, but usually what I'm going to do moving forward is just give out loans on all these NFTs. Your boy's becoming a loan shark, okay? For 2024, beginning of this bull run, I'm going to be known as Loan Shark Nick.
You're making my gears turn a little bit on that character, Loan Shark Nicky 2 loans or something. I mean, my gears are turning a little bit. I might get to writing.
We're going to need a pawn shop person as well. Be like, we need to do pawn shop with NFTs coming in and be like, I'll buy that Mad Lab for 50 Sol.
And then the person's gonna be like, but it's the only one in the collection that has a golden hat, this jacket. You got to give me 65.
Your loan's overdue. I'm going to break your thumbs.